Hello, I'm Tim Harris. This is Julie Harris, and this is Real Estate Coaching Radio.
That's right. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any future episodes. Thanks again for popping by. Hit that like button, and don't forget to leave your comments and questions so we can get right back with you.
We will. Thank you for continuing to make our podcast, Real Estate Coaching Radio, the #1 listened to podcast for real estate professionals in at least the United States. And let us know what you think about this video. Leave your comments below. Thank you.
3, 2, 1, and we are back. And today we are picking up on point number 16, and we're going to get through point number 20. And what we're sharing with you are ways to, frankly, recession-proof your mindset, your finances, your business, and your personal life. Without any further delay, Julie, point number 16.
Point number 16, get your head out of the sand. Don't assume that a changing market won't affect you. Know what's happening in your local market in all price segments. Not only does the country not move all the same like it used to for years, but your town does not move the same in the same neighborhoods, price range, or zip codes. So watch your MLS hot sheet and know what's hot and what's not. Are your days on the market going up or down? Maybe they are in a certain price range, but not in another price range. What zip codes or price ranges are having the most price reductions? Do you see a lot of new listings, or are the existing listings just lingering? You know, inventory is growing, but it's not always because we're adding new listings. Sometimes it's because the old ones haven't sold yet.
This isn't directly related to point number 16, but you told me a story this morning about somebody who listened to the podcast. We gave them the suggestion that they go to all the local builders and find a list of all their standing inventory that was not in the MLS and finish the story.
Yeah, well, this was, let's see, Jen, near Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She had some buyers, and they were, as all buyers are, looking for inventory.
Let's give her a shout out so she can get some referrals.
Yes.
Jen Gennaro.
Yep, Gennaro in Louisiana, and she can handle any referral that you wish to give. So go, Jen.
And her husband does commercial too, so there you go.
Yes, very powerful couple. So here's the thing. She went looking for new construction in a challenging price range, honestly, about 200 or so in her market. And she contacted the builders. What do you have in terms of unsold inventory? And I always remember if it was either DR Horton or KB. I think it was DR in this case. Big tract builder, lots of stuff in that, lots of neighborhoods. That new build rep sent her a huge list of unsold inventory. And guess what? One of the agents on Jen's team made a huge commission on that, more than double the normal rate. I don't think I'm allowed to say how much, but more than double the rate. And on top of that, keep in mind, this is on a $200,000 house. The buyer got more than $18,000 from the builder to spend in various ways on their new construction home. So not only was the agent bonused, but so was the borrower. Do you think that's a happy buyer? Definitely.
Well, so here's advanced coaching for all of you. If you're in a marketplace like Jen Gennaro and you have a buyer that's in any of the builder's price ranges, and it's you or your buyer's agents or just agents in your office or your team, stop number 1 is going to be go visit all the new build reps, because chances are they're going to want to buy one of those resale homes. Why? Because the homes are there, they're done, they're new, and they're going to be able to give them preferential financing and rates. I got an email from actually Ankeny, Iowa, Christensen. That's her last name. Katie, thank you. And she goes by Caitlin now, of course. But in any event, she actually worked for one of the big builders, and I think it is KB actually. And they're now offering mortgage rates like at 5% or 5.1%. So what they're probably doing is buying the rates down.
Subsidizing the rates, yeah.
Subsidizing the rates. But that would be one of the easiest sales you're going to get of your life, because you walk in, the new build rep basically does most of the work for you. Chances are the home buyer is going to prefer a new construction versus a resale home, and it's going to be, the payment's going to be less. It's an easy sale for you, and I'll give you guys some suggestions. When you're in there with a new build rep, shut up and get out of the way.
Yes.
That's the main thing. Let the new build rep do their job. Don't interject yourself into the process. I'll say it again with love and respect, listeners. Shut up and get out of the way. New build reps, you're welcome. I just said it to tens of thousands of agents, so hopefully helping you out. Let them do the work for you. But what you've got to do is register your buyer with every one of those builders. And if that buyer meanders back 2 weeks later, decides to buy one of those spec homes, you're still going to get paid the commission, even though you weren't actually there when the contract got written. Welcome to the world of new construction in a market that's transitioning towards a buyer's market.
Yeah, love new construction in a transitioning market. You think you're motivated to sell your listings? Imagine if you had, 200 or 300 of them, like some of these builders that are unsold. The builders are still sitting on a lot of inventory that became not in contract, that's either half built or fully built. because that borrower decided to not go forward or was no longer qualified. So it's spec homes, but also failed contracts. So the builders are highly, highly motivated, and they have many tools to help both you and your buyers out. So there you go. All right, and I think that some of them are taking home sale contingencies now too.
Yeah, well,
So it's
wouldn't
all
you
good.
if you were a builder?
Absolutely,
Heck yeah.
absolutely. Okay, so what point are we on?
By the way, Julie, what's a home sale contingency?
Yeah, that's a different podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Point
okay. Number 17, you be the leader in your market. Don't wait for your broker or team leader to tell you what to do. Educate your database with regular market updates. Learn how to do video updates. You be the leader. You be the one who is talking about what's hot and what's not in your market and all of the new strategies that you know how to do, different types of mortgages, different types of, guaranteed sales. You've got to change along with the market, but don't wait for someone to tell you what to do.
We've done the heavy lifting for you. Here's the easy button. Share this podcast. That's it. Share the podcast, and we will share it with, if you're a broker, if you're a team leader, or whatever your title is, send our podcast to all the agents you know, love, and care about, and we will educate them for you. They will thank you for having done that. And you can also, our book, Harris Rules, continues to be a bestseller. It's available everywhere, all major booksellers. Julie and I are about to fly to New York City, and we've been asked to ring the bell on NASDAQ with EXP, which is very exciting. And we're going to be visiting bookstores on the way up. And most bookstores we see at the airports, sure enough, in the business section, there's Harris Rules. It always makes us laugh. What's really funny is the books they put our book next to, especially in the smaller shelves.
Sometimes it's random, isn't it?
I know, it's hilarious.
Those are good pictures.
Cooking for dogs, or how to make
Cooking with your dog.
Yeah, we saw. I mean, seriously, it's crazy.
Yes.
I didn't mean cooking dogs. I meant like cooking food organic.
I'm with you.
Okay, well, in case they're
moving on to point number 18. Upgrade the following skills immediately. Now, this is a short list. There's lots of skills to upgrade and update in this transitioning market. We've talked about price reductions and proper pricing skills and all of that. But the short list is proactive lead generation. We're not talking about just gathering tons of impressions and waiting. If your lead generation plan has any element of its strategy called waiting or spending more money
or hoping or praying or dripping.
Yes. Ew. No, don't do that. Be proactive. Okay. Next, furiously fast lead follow-up. The most motivated buyers and sellers want their questions answered now. And if you wait, you are not going to be their agent. Next, effective and proven pre-listing package. Not just what your broker gives you, but an effective competitive pre-listing package.
I'm going to take a half step back. Tim, how fast do I need to follow up with leads when they reach out to you? Tim, how do I follow up with leads? I was told that if someone texts me, I should text them back. Or I was told if someone emails me, I should email them back. The answer is always, when you can, call them. 100% of the time, call them. Why?
And immediately.
Because it gives you an unfair advantage in the marketplace because you're doing something other agents won't do. What most agents have been incorrectly trained to do, and the last market spoiled them into believing this actually was effective, is when you generate a lead, you have some automated system that then drops them into a CRM and starts dripping on them. The way you generate money in this market and help people in this market is you have furiously fast lead follow-up and you call them urgently. Now, one of the things we should have had right here, Julie, instead of the next point was obviously doing thorough pre-qualification.
Yes, absolutely. You have to know, I mean, we talked yesterday a lot about whether buyers don't always have to buy. Sellers sometimes don't have to sell.
Buyers never have to buy. They always want to buy, but sellers have to sell. So there's no such thing as a buyer that has to buy. Ever will be, never has been.
And you won't know unless you're using pre-qualification scripts. Okay, next we have the competitive listing presentation. All of our coaching clients are expected to actually take the listing when they go on the presentation darn close to 100% of the time. There's no 50%. There's no see how it goes. There's no see if you click with their personality. You have to be competitive through the pre-listing package and the listing presentation.
But Julie, I've been told that if I take 50% of the listings that go on, that's basically all I should expect because that's the average according to blah, 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 blah.
That's failing.
That is failing. And here's the thing. If you're not taking, like Julie just said, basically every listing you go on, why? It's because you did not follow our pre-listing process. You did not pre-qualify the seller. You did not find out what they thought the house was worth, and we teach you how to do that. Well, you did not find out their motivation. You did not find out whether you were competing. You did not find out who you were competing with. You did not position yourself to go last on the listing appointment. You did not do the work, and you deserve to fail. And that's the reason that some of you have normalized having a 50% failure rate. It's not a success rate. It's a failure rate. If our daughter, 9 years old, comes home from third grade and she's getting 50%, she's not going to go on to fourth grade. So you've got to remove from your belief structure that you should not be succeeding 100% of the time. Will you succeed 100% of the time? No. Some of them will get by you, but then because you've upped the ante for yourself, you'll succeed 90% of the time. That's a hell of a lot more than 50% of the time.
Yes.
Don't learn on the job. It's too expensive.
That's right. And related to that is learning how to handle objections. That goes back to your pre-listing package. Knowing to close, and by closing, I don't mean, going to the closing wearing your favorite outfit. I'm talking about asking for the business and not walking out the door saying, hey, Tim, that was great chatting with you. I'll follow up in a few days.
I've got great news for you. Not one bit of our coaching program is heavy-handed closing. It's not manipulative closing, because closing is the natural end to essentially a good listing presentation. Our pre-listing pack will do what you get as part of a Premier Coaching client. As part of being a coaching client, you get your own personalized pre-listing pack. We show you how to do it using our content, and then that does most of the selling for you. I know you guys are, if you've never listed properties before, maybe some of you are resisting it because you are fearful of sellers asking you questions that are going to put you on your heels. For example, commission cutting, arguing about pricing, marketing, all these different objections. Maybe you're fearful of competing against the big local team. We show you as an individual agent how to kick the big local team's butt. Maybe you're a big local team and you're afraid of competing against the aggressive individual agent. We show you obviously how to win in that situation as well. We show you how to win because that's what the attitude that you have to have right now. That's what's going to attract sellers to you and buyers to you. They're looking for people that have confidence but have the actual skill set, proven skill set to back up that confidence. You can't fake your way into being successful in a real market like this. Be excited about that because guess what? Your skill set and your mindset will differentiate you. It's not about how many YouTube videos you made, guys, not in a market like this. It's about your ability to prove that you can actually get the job done. And when you do, what you're really wanting is a stellar reputation, and you will get that. And having a stellar reputation, frankly, is your brand.
That's right. Point number 19, reevaluate your goals and rewrite your plan. A new market requires a new strategy. So get the real estate treasure map, our survival plan, or the 90-day massive action plan immediately.
All of which you get free right now when you join Premier Coaching. You can download all of the things Julie just said and a lot more, and you're going to be able to attend a daily semi-private workday, daily semi-private coaching call with your Harris certified coach. So you get a whole bunch of content you need now, and you can attend a daily semi-private coaching call. Just text the word Premier, Premier, to 47372. You can do it now while listening to this show. You can still listen while you're typing it in and follow through on the process. Or just go to premiercoaching.com. Both ways you can become a Premier Coaching member. Chances are, depending on the time of day, you can be on your Premier Coaching session today. But do this urgently. Don't wait until you discover, a week from now, you now have a listing appointment because so-and-so called you, but you have no pre-listing pack. You did not pre-qualify. Now you're trying to basically, hustle to try to catch up with the market. That's too late. You need to be prepared ahead of time. Text the word Premier to 47372 or go to premiercoaching.com. Remember, when texting, message and data rates may apply.
And that's where you get those business plans. That's where you learn to reset your mindset, to buckle down on what's next. So for example, you in a transitioning market will need more contacts, more appointments, more listings, and a schedule that reflects your goals. Don't downgrade your goals just because the market's changing. Upgrade your skills. Maybe you actually polish off and upgrade your goals as well. That's all possible with Premier Coaching. So point number 20, you might imagine, get help. Don't go through the market shift alone. We have Harris certified coaches. They are here to educate you, to motivate you, to get you into action. Be surrounded by like-minded, highly motivated, experienced colleagues who care about your success.
Well, that last bit is the most important point of all these 20 points. And again, it goes to something we talked about before. We talk about a lot. Your environment. There are only 3 things in this world you can truly control. You can control your finances, you can't control your environment, and you can't control your weight or your health, basically. You control those 3 things, there's virtually nothing else you really can have much control over. And when it comes to your environment is your physical environment. Your environment is essentially your virtual environment with the websites you go to, the things you read, the things you expose yourself to. Those are going to have a positive or detrimental effect on your essentially your existence on this planet. And there's something that happens when you are first of all, you disassociate yourself with things that make you feel scared, fearful. All the things that are making you feel small, all the things that are making you feel anxious, disassociate with those things urgently. Just rip the Band-Aid off. That means no more news. That means no more propaganda. That means no more newspaper. Completely purge all that crap from your life. By the way, this is the reason the podcasts are becoming the number one source for people to get information, is because people are listening to unbiased sources, because pretty much everything else right now has an agenda, doesn't it? Do you get an impression we have an agenda other than hoping you join our coaching program, other than listening to this podcast? You don't. And again, this goes back to who you surround yourself with. If you're in a real estate brokerage, or if you're in a real estate brokerage environment that is not optimistic, that is based in fear, where agents are essentially digging their dugout and waiting for the clouds to clear, you need to leave, and you need to leave urgently, because that's going to adversely affect your 2023, 24, and 25. You will lose the types of opportunities that are only available to people in a market like this because they have their heads screwed on straight. That's the reason that we're so incredibly excited to invite so many of you to join Julie and I at eXp Realty and join our group of forward-thinking agents who are taking on this market, who are going to do frankly, better than they ever have before selling real estate because of this market. If you'd like to join Julie and I at eXp Realty, if you've not yet chosen your sponsor, we strongly encourage you to consider us. You can text me directly at 512-758-0206. Yes, that is my cell phone number. Do not call, do text. 512-758-0206. And let's get the conversation started about you moving up the ladder and joining Julie and I at eXp Realty. In the meantime, guys, use these points, share these points with other people, get your mind. Frankly, guys, what we're going to experience over the next, say, 60 to 90 days, maybe 6 months, is going to be a lot of fear. There's going to be a lot of people with a lot of uncertainty. And no matter what's happening in the news, no matter what's happening with egg prices, no matter what's happening with interest rates, know that your highest and frankly your best use in this, or use purpose on this planet, is being of service to other people. And when other people are so fearful, when other people lack clarity and direction, and what was Julie's point here, be the leader in your marketplace, point number 17, and you become that leader, trust me when I tell you, they will love you for life. And it'll make you feel incredible too. And you can't fake that. The way you get that knowledge, and look, you can't be great at everything. Be really, really good at being a real estate agent. And in order to earn the right to truly have the coveted position of their realtor, you can't fake that. You can't YouTube video or TikTok video your way into that. You have to do it by having successfully helped other people and maybe even them, and then your market and then your world expands because of this market. Does that make sense?
It absolutely does. I'm really excited about a transitioning market because I really believe that agents it's like they get their wings in a market like this.
Some of them do.
Some of them do, when they're paying attention and they're very proactive about it. But this is the kind of market where sellers and buyers, but mostly sellers, really appreciate you. You're going to have to stop doing battle over every little commission percentage because they need you. They know that, especially you were talking about expireds and for sale by owners. You know what? They appreciate you more than any other type of client. I remember some of our best past clients that referred us business time and time again. Why? Because, they actually tried it before they trusted you. Totally different level.
Please don't pigeonhole what we're telling you. We do believe in, marketing and branding. We do believe in social media. I mean, we do a lot of it, right?
But it's in support of what you're doing.
Exactly. It's in support of your proactive lead generation. And that stuff is not predictable and duplicatable. We did a series the first week in January of 2023 all about essentially the worst to the best sources of leads, 32 points. Go back and listen to that series. We did another podcast series the following week where we're talking about essentially the different, methodologies, but I call them business systems that a lot of agents will find themselves following. Mm-hmm. There's a center of influence, there's the marketing, there's the prospecting, there's the, all of that. So we did a deep dive on each of the pluses and the minuses of each of those business systems, and you've got to decide which paths you're going to follow. You can't do them all, and really most of you, 99% of you, need to do the things that are going to create the most revenue for you the quickest. So listen to that podcast series we did. In the meantime, guys, we sincerely thank you for keeping this the number one listened to daily podcast for real estate professionals in at least the United States. It's truly our pleasure and our honor. You are in the right place and you are in the right time. Now it's up for you to take the right actions. You guys have a fantastic day. We'll talk with you on the show tomorrow.
Hello, thank you for having watched this video. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
That's right, and don't forget to hit that like button, leave your comments and questions below, and we will get right back with you.
Thank you for watching this video, and remember to watch the next one. You're going to love that one.